Hello players, welcome to another film study where I help players get better. We're going to be studying the game of Brad Beal and looking at some moves and skills he uses that you can use in your game. But first, I have some free shooting workouts. If you're already subscribed to my channel and you hadn't got these, be sure you do DM me on Instagram. But if you're not subscribed, I'm trying to build up my subscriber count. So I'm giving away some advanced shooting workouts I put together. You can see the 5 types of shooting workouts here. If you would like these workouts, all you have to do is subscribe, drop your Instagram handle, and then I'll send you a DM on Instagram. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just screenshot you subscribed to my YouTube channel here, and you're going to send that screenshot to @MasonWaters_ on Instagram. The first skill we're going to look at is shooting. I think the first, there's going to be 2 points I think most players watching this understand or have heard before, but the third one might be a little more unique. But great shooters make shots off 3 combinations of footwork. So you have the hop catch, you have the left-right footwork, and then you also have right-left footwork. So for most shooters, what will happen is if you are right-handed, typically you're taught to step into your shot with your left foot and then your right foot and then you shoot. And then if you're left-handed, you're typically taught to go right-left. Well, in my opinion, great shooters got to be able to do all 3 combinations of footwork. So this shot right here is just a hop step. So watching full speed there. And then half speed right here. Brad Beal has the balls in the air. He's going to do a hop step, so he's going to land on both feet at the same time. And then he's going to go straight up into a shot. And this doesn't have to do with footwork, but another thing, players watching this, you've got to make shots and practice shots against defenders contesting your shot, because realistically in a game, 100% of your shots are never going to be completely wide open. In fact, very few of your shots are going to be wide open. So when you're practicing this footwork and any type of shot, practice against defense close to your body and with a hand up in your shot. But back to footwork, this was a hop step, so both feet landing at the same time. This next shot is going to be on the same wing against a different team. Now this time it's going to be left-right. So that was full speed. And you can see here, Brad Beal, his footwork is going to be, he's going to put his left foot down, and then his right foot's going to step in, and he's going to go straight up for his shot there, swish it. And then the next one is going to be right-left footwork. So that's just the opposite of what we just saw. So typically, right-handed shooters are taught to go left foot, right foot, but here, Brad Beal, just because of the timing of the pass and his spacing and how far the pass was and different things, he's got to be able to go right foot, left foot up into a shot. So in the workout that's attached in the PDF below is just drills where you're practicing different footwork. And one more thing I wanted to point out, on top of hop catch left, right, right, left footwork is Brad Beal's form. So his hips and his feet are never twisting. So you can see like where his hips are pointed towards and where his feet are pointed towards at the beginning of a shot are pretty much the same as at the same angle as when he releases his shot and finishes his shot. So he doesn't really twist. All right, so down screen reads. The key here, like great offensive players, they read the defense, they don't force plays. So reading the defense is always going to be greater than forcing plays. Although some great players, and there's going to be situations in a game where an offensive player makes the wrong read and still is able to score. Basketball is not a perfect game, so that's still going to happen. But by and large, you want to be able to read the defense and then make the appropriate response as opposed to just forcing a play. So on these couple reads right here, we're looking at down screen reads, and the teaching point is if the defender is between you and the basket, use the screen. If the defender is between you and the screener, cut to the basket. In this type of defense here, with the defense being between you and the screener, this is called a top lock a lot of times, but we'll see what it looks like in the clip. So we're going to watch the same 2 clips here. Brad Beal is actually going to use the screen right there and then just go up into a pull-up jump shot. But right here, I mean, the defense right here is not exactly between Brad Beal and the rim, but the defense is kind of halfway committed. Although they lean more towards going into the screen, but it starts with kind of the defense is more kind of halfway between the basket and Brad Beal, and then between the screeners. So kind of a halfway commitment, but Brad Beal still uses the screen, and he runs tight off of the screen. So his body hits his screener's body on the first screen, and then on the dribble handoff, he's coming off tight as well. The defense goes under, so that means for Brad Beal, it's a jump shot. Now, on the other hand, the defender in this clip is completely committed to denying the screen. So in this case, what's going to happen is on the weak side, this offensive player on the weak side has to space out so that their defender is not in the paint. But because the defender here is so committed to defending or denying Brad Beal using the screen, this for Brad Beal is a definite backdoor cut. Now, from the defense's perspective, and I like to do this in my clips, I like to think of the defensive perspective as well. Rudy Gobert, well, first of all, this is just an amazing pass, a really, really good pass right here from, I'm not even sure exactly who this player is, but amazing pass. But Rudy Gobert is playing the pass right here, so he's trying to deny this pass, and the defense right here on Brad Beal is communicating to Gobert, maybe this weak side defender too, to say, Donovan Mitchell, to say, you know, help with the back door, something like that. But nonetheless, back to Brad Beal reading the screen. Defense is completely between Brad Beal and the screener, so that means Brad Beal is going to go for a backdoor cut and then in for a layup. He actually misses the layup, but follows it up, tips it in, and gets the bucket. Okay, so this one right here is it's more messy, you could say. We'll watch the clip all the way through. Let me back it up a little bit. So this one is actually multiple screens, and the point I wanted to make with this clip here is setting up your screen. First, it looks like it's going to be a flare screen. So Brad Beal goes for the flare. It's not there. The angle and the spacing, too, of the screen is not really that good, but that's okay. They stick with it, go from a flare screen. The screener turns around and goes into a down screen. So the point I wanted to make here with this one is sometimes getting open, maybe most times getting open, it's not like you're going to have to make one cut and then you're wide open, or you cut off one screen or you set one screen and you're wide open. Against really good defenses, this is why you run offenses and you run set plays. You've got to have one cut, one screen, another cut, another screen, a backdoor, a slip, a down screen, yada, yada, yada. You got to have multiple actions to actually get open and create a shot. So players watching this, I want you to learn that sometimes to get a bucket, it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 efforts to get open or to get available before you make your attempt at scoring. All right, so another clip another move he has. This is a rare finishing move, and I don't say rare to be like, oh, figure out this secret rare scoring move that nobody uses. But more, this is a rare finishing move just because I think a lot of coaches, even me, I don't teach this move a ton, but I think that it can be very helpful. So it's just a jump stop at the block. So when you finish, well, let's watch the first one, and then I'll come back to these points here. But you'll see he's going to get the handoff, go into a screen. He's going to attack towards the block, jump stop on 2 feet, and then hit that floater right there. So that's the move we're looking at, as opposed to just a straight regular layup, going to the block, jump stop, and finishing. So finishing with a jump stop / maybe you can call it a floater too at the block. It's going to keep shorter guards away from taller defenders. So if you're 5'8", you're 5'9", and the defender defending the rim is 6'7", you probably do not want to get into their body, but instead you want to get away from them so that you can get a shot off over them. And then second, and kind of along this similar point, this avoids shot blockers or block shots. And then if you get on 2 feet and you go up with the ball with 2 hands at the block and the defender jumps or they try to block your shot, well, you can either draw a foul or you can do that shot fake and then step through with an up and under. But we're just going to look here at these moves. The first two he's going to make, but he's going to get to the block, get off 2 feet. It's on the left side of the rim too. He's going to shoot it over the defender. Same thing here. Get on 2 feet right outside the block. Nice, easy jump shot over the defender. So this involves touch. And then another thing too on this shot is your release point. Your release point on these kind of moves is going to be much higher because you're closer to the rim and you're against a taller defender. You got to have a higher release point with these shots. And what I mean by that, if we can go back to a three-point shot. As you can see right here, Brad Beal on a three-point shot, his release point, the bottom of the basketball is even with the top of his head. But with this move here, as he releases it, the bottom of the basketball is going to be way over the top of his head, again, because you're having to shoot over a taller defender. I think on the next one right here, he actually misses this shot. But you're going to miss shots in basketball, but I wanted to show this one too, to prove that, or to show that even though you miss a shot, and in particular this shot we're talking about right here, the form's still good, everything looks still good, but he just misses the shot. That's basketball, that happens, but you got to stick with the play. So this means instead of dropping your head or pouting about it or whining, just sticking in the play, figuring out the next play what you can do, and just being aware defensively you can step in and get a steal and then get an easy layup. These kind of plays right here, players miss all the time because they're either whining about their missed shot, they are just unaware that they can get a steal right here and they're already sprinting back on defense. But smart defenders keep their head in the play the whole time and they're just looking for opportunities to do this kind of stuff. So I'd say players who are watching this, look for those kind of plays. If they're not there, sprint back on defense. Okay, these next 3 clips I think is very simple, and the point here is fundamental is greater than fancy. One of the reasons I have my YouTube channel is because I think a lot of flashiness and too much just extra gimmicky stuff is promoted online, and I'm trying to be an account that really preaches the fundamentals. Not that fancy moves like step backs or dribble combo moves are never needed. Players should practice those, but first and foremost, players at the middle school and high school age especially need to master the fundamentals before moving on to crazy moves, and I would say same with college. And the point here is that even pros use simple scoring moves, and players of all ages need to master these. So this one here is very simple. It's a ball screen, and all he does, like this is so simple, it's almost like, why am I even covering this? But I'm covering it because basketball is truly a simple game. Here it's a ball screen. He dribbles to his right. The defense cuts him off. All he has is a single behind-the-back dribble move, and then he takes 2 dribbles into a pull-up jump shot. Very, very simple. All right, next move. He's going to catch and hold the ball for 3-4 seconds here, and he's going to have a jab and go. It is so unbelievably simple. Players need to be able to do. But another thing about this move too, these 3 moves here, is Brad Beal is so under control, and he's such at a slow pace that he's able to see the floor and read the game. But here, the key with this jab here is to have the ball, before you jab, have the ball away from the defense. I think most players would benefit from not even having the ball on their knee, but bringing it up to your hip. And then as you jab, bring your foot, you got to bring your foot way out like you're attacking, and bring the basketball all the way to your opposite knee. And then don't pick up this pivot foot before you dribble. Dribble while this left foot, this pivot foot, is still on the ground. And then the other point is to attack the rim in a straight line. So what a lot of players do is once they take this left hand dribble, they start dribbling towards the sideline almost, and then they get downhill. But after you take that jab, you got to be able to go straight to the rim, straight of a line as possible. All right, another one here. So this is a move that gyms, middle school, high school, college, even pros are working at all over the world. It's a very simple shot fake, 1 dribble pull up. Keys here, on any shot fake, your shot fake needs to look exactly like your shot. So right here, if you're looking at Brad Beal, this right here looks exactly like his shot. His feet, knees, hips are all square. Eyes, especially eyes are to the rim. The basketball goes up. His hips stay down. Some coaches will say bring your hips up. Some will say stay down. I think either one could work. His hips stay down, and he pushes the ball out for a dribble. I think he actually travels here. But if you can keep your left foot on the ground here before dribbling, then you're not going to get called for a travel. But key point here, it's very, very simple fundamental of a shot fake, 1 dribble pull up, and then he hits the jumper. Thank y'all for watching. Hope this video was helpful. Be sure to go to my channel and check out more videos if you're interested in learning more skills you can implement into your game. But other than that, look forward to sharing more with you soon.